This is incredible. This comes from a leaker who is 100% accurate. The Switch is getting something amazing soon. And I can't wait because it's juicy, juicy, juicy. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I am pumped up today because a surprise October Nintendo Direct, and that's not even the focus of this show. Yeah, they're doing a Mario movie-centered Nintendo Direct on Thursday at 1:05 Pacific, 4:05 Eastern, and we're streaming it. Click that link to bookmark the page. Okay, I'm going live early at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to party like it's 1980... 92. Whenever the original Mario movie came out, this one is inevitably going to be better. Let's talk about that Mario movie poster for a second. Sexiest iPhone wallpaper in 2022. I proclaim it. This poster, Mario may have no booty action, but we got references galore. You got Yoshi's, you got Captain Toad, you got all sorts of things climbing to the castle at the top, and people are beginning to speculate maybe that's sort of the through line plot of the movie. Mario's got to get to the castle way up high because Peach's castle isn't supposed to be that high. There's like codes and laws and rules about where castle doors can be, and way too high. Mushroom Kingdom is going to have fits with that, and we need to figure out, and we'll figure out more on Thursday. So join me for that live stream. It's going to be a blast. I bet Miyamoto's there. I bet they have some surprises. I don't think it's going to be a Nintendo Direct where they're like, 2-minute trailer, you're out. Like, there's got to be more, but we also have more to talk about. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos and if you like Nintendo. And if you don't like Nintendo, I'm going to make you like Nintendo. I'm not a forceful person, but I'm going to make you like this system because it has so much good stuff, and a big leak is bringing one of the best. Cannot wait for that. But also, we have some big announcements from CD Projekt Red. Now, they're relevant to Switch because they did put The Witcher 3 on the Switch, and it was one of the first big, beautiful, wow ports. One of the first miracle ports where, like, all of a sudden they had this huge open-world game that shouldn't work on Switch, and it did. Then they went and made Cyberpunk 2077, and that was a time. That was a time. The game is apparently much better now. They're working on a big expansion. But they just announced 7 more games. Now, I think The Witcher is cool. Cyberpunk apparently has gotten itself to that level. But when you announce 7 games, and these are massive games, right? Look how long it took them to make The Witcher 3. Look how long it took them to make Cyberpunk. We're not talking about, oh, they're popping out a mobile and a Vita game and something, you know, for your Nintendo Switch eShop. We're talking about 7 major games, a new trilogy for The Witcher, a sequel to Cyberpunk, multiplayer, and more. And I kind of don't get it. You know, there's a balance between hyping people up and then being responsible. And I think it's irresponsible to announce 7 games when you know that, like, even the 3rd game probably won't be out for a decade. A decade. I'm telling you that by the time I'm 42 years old, there will only be 2 of these games out. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I love what we saw from that Wild Hearts game, right? The new Monster Hunter style game from EA and Koei Tecmo. They're like, boom, revealed. It's out in a couple months. Play it February 17th. Enjoy. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's what works nowadays, especially with so many delays, studios getting shut down, reworked, rebranding, restarting. It makes no sense to announce this early. I get it for investors. I get it to sort of set the tone, but I find it insanely silly. And even though sometimes the Nintendo Directs don't fulfill my every hope and dream, I respect that Nintendo doesn't just tease. Like, they could be like, there's a new 3D Mario game in the works. Of course there is, but we don't need to know about it until we're ready to see it. Do we really need to know about all of these projects? I mean, all of these projects, right? I'm talking about all of these projects. Project Hater, Project Sirius, Project Polaris, Project Canis Majoris, Project Phantom Liberty, Project Orion. Like, really? That's a lot of projects. Make one of them. Give us a little teaser trailer. Do something, but don't just hype 7 games forever before they're going to come out. There's a game that I love so much that's so perfect for Switch, and that if you haven't played, I am so jealous. You are so lucky that you've never played this game because it is a mind-melding immersive trip through the rabbit hole. And once you go through, you will not want to stop. We just got a new leak from a ratings board, and that's why I said this is a 100% accurate source. This ain't somebody who makes predictions and then ends up being, this is somebody who isn't a somebody, it's a ratings board. And this comes from the PEGI ratings board, which is over there in Europa, and they have rated Inscription for Nintendo Switch. Now, if you don't know what Inscription is, you might think I'm pulling your leg. No. Actually, let me pull both your legs so you can sit down and check out this footage, because this game is an escape room, a deck builder, and a creepy horror experience all in one. It is one of the greatest achievements in gaming, and I can only say so much without spoiling it. Like, I might sound like I'm overselling it, but this is a top 10 of all time for me. What it does is so freaking cool. The way it changes as the game goes. There's basically like 3 or 4 games in this game. It completely reinvents itself multiple times, and it's out of this world. It seems like it's going to be a simple, cute idea at first, and then it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And even if you don't like card games, which I love, but even if you don't like card games, the tactics here, the strategy here, and the story here, and how you have to solve it, how you uncover and unravel this mystery, and where it ends up, it's too good. It's too good, and the Switch is so deserving. This is going to vault. Celeste, Katana Zero, boom. Inscription is going to be right up there. It is going to be one of the absolute must-play games on your system. I promise you that, and it's rated for Switch. Now, it has a release date listed of October 1st. Obviously, that did not happen. So when will this game be coming out? And I have to wonder if Nintendo is planning an upcoming indie world, because they skipped their traditional August slot. We normally have an early year indie world, a summer indie world, and a late winter indie world. And this year, in Nintendo's sort of strange cornucopia of summer releases, they decided to skip indie world. And we've lacked updates on games like Sports Story, Hollow Knight Silksong, and now Inscription. Will we have an upcoming indie world? I bet we will. Traditionally, Nintendo has used the December month as their prime time spotlight slot for new indie games, but I wonder if they'll go a bit earlier here. Okay, the month of October is pretty empty until we reach Mario Rabbids and Bayonetta 3, and Nintendo has obviously investment in those, but they're not like totally first-party games, so maybe October is actually a good month for them to say, hey, let's talk indie. November feels a bit more crowded, so if it doesn't happen in October, it probably will end up sliding to that normal December slot. But I really hope we get Inscription as a stealth drop on the date of this indie world. I think that's what they're going to do with this. The game is out elsewhere, and it's phenomenal wherever it is. It's beloved. It's a cult classic. It is a Game of the Year contender, and you're going to love it on Switch. It's going to shine on the OLED, but it's perfect wherever you play it. I cannot wait for this one, and maybe the implications of an indie world could make this a 2-for-1, where we get awesome stuff because the game is awesome, and awesome stuff because maybe there's more announcements too. So stay tuned. I'll keep you posted if I hear any rumblings about an indie world presentation or anything on when Inscription is actually going to come out. But this is super sick news, and I'm super excited for all of us to play it on the best platform. And I just want to remind you that patterns have been completely busted this year. Nintendo has done things totally different, so it's perfectly plausible that an indie world could pop in October. It's also perfectly plausible that they could drop Inscription on Twitter and say, it's out now. It's also perfectly plausible that this game could come out summer 2023. Nintendo's just like that sometimes with indie games. They take forever to come out, and even though this is oddly listed with an October release date, there is no guarantee that it is coming soon, but I just think based on how the year has gone and the fact that we have been silent on indies for so long, we're due news. We're due news, and I don't think we get out of 2022 without hearing more from Nintendo about indies and from basically having an indie world presentation. With that though, we're going to wrap the show. I'll be back tomorrow with another go, and we'll have goodies from Nintendo and more. All right, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait for all the good stuff that is coming. The holiday season is the coolest gaming season, and big games are going to start ballooning into our backlogs very soon. So in the meantime, get some rest, enjoy yourself, take it easy, hug a loved one, man. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I appreciate you so much. 401 strong. Whoever thought we'd get here, we did it. Thank you, love you. Until next time, thanks again. SwitchForce out.